you to hurry because your time could be slipping away.
Oh, it's right now?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't realize. I'm sorry. I apologize. My name is Racheal E, and I'm here to speak to the board tonight to ask you to restore our bus service at Bauerschlag Elementary. The board has maintained that the bus service is unnecessary because the walking routes to Bauerschlag are safe for our 5 to 11-year-old children. I'm here to show you that our walking routes are not safe and therefore not a viable way for our children to get to school. Due to time constraints, I'm going to be discussing hazardous conditions that exist along the League City Parkway walking route, but please bear in mind that there are hazards along the Brittany Lakes walking route as well. Here you'll see pictures of the culvert just east of the Landing Boulevard on League City Parkway. The distance from the top of the bridge to the top of the water is over 12 feet. You can see how a child can easily access this culvert area by entering through the 15-foot gap between the edge of the residential fence line and the guardrail on the west side. There are no fences along either bank of this culvert to prevent a child from falling into this ditch. As well, a small child could slip under the guardrail and fall in where the sidewalk slants down sharply on the bridge. An even greater danger, however, let's see if I can get this open this time. No, oh well, you guys have that video. An even greater danger, however, comes from the other side of the sidewalk, the cars on League City Parkway. The speed limit on West League City Parkway was raised to 45 miles per hour just before school began, and it's now classified as a major arterial roadway. Cars are now zooming past our children at speeds of 45 miles per hour or more on sidewalks situated too close to the road. Some of the sidewalks are separated from the road by a mere 30 inches of grass. This is simply not safe for our young children. Here you can see evidence of some of the major trip hazards along this walking route. These are not small cracks in the sidewalk. As well, what little grass exists between the road and the sidewalk is steeply graded. So the momentum, if a child were to stumble or fall toward the grass, would very likely take them right into the road. And say one of our kids does end up in the roadway. Here is a graph from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration showing how long it takes a vehicle to come to a complete stop when traveling at varying speeds. You can see here how a car, if traveling 50 miles per hour, would take 175 feet to come to a complete stop under optimal conditions. That is about the length of 4.5 school buses. As well, there are no crosswalks or crossing guards at the Finnegan Lane, Fir Tree Drive, or Monticello Court intersections on League City Parkway. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration states that the failure to yield the right-of-way often occurs when drivers are turning onto another street and the pedestrian is the path. All it takes is for one car to fail to yield to one small child in these intersections for tragedy to occur. I hope that showing you some of these pictures and the research will help the entire board to see that the walking routes are not safe to Bauerschlag. I speak on behalf of the entire Bauerschlag community when I say we believe that the best option, the only option that makes the most sense for our children's overall safety, is for the district to restore our bus service immediately. Thank you.
We got many people that want to speak, and if you continue with the applause, we'll have to ask you to leave the room. Thank you. The next speaker will be Sarah.